2018, Samuel Umtiti was one of the best defenders in the world, playing an instrumental role in Barcelona's double as well as France's World Cup victory. Fast forward a few years however, and his market value plummeted from 70 million euros to just 2 million euros, all as a result of him sacrificing the future of his career to play in the World Cup. But before we get into the decision that caused a dramatic decline, we have to go back to his days at Olympique Lyon, which is the origin of his injury troubles. The year was 2010 and a 17-year-old Samuel Umtiti was making waves in Lyon's reserve team. But little did he know, a choice made here will come back to haunt him years later. The promising centre-back had begun to experience issues in his knee, and in an attempt to fix this, he had arthroscopic surgery on his left knee and his entire meniscus was removed. Meniscus removal is infamous for causing athletes to suffer years down the line. For example, NBA star Dwayne Wade battled chronic knee issues over his career as a result of his meniscus surgery in 2002. After months on the sidelines, Umtiti made his return to the reserves and by 2012 had earned his place in the first team. In the coming years, Umtiti emerged as one of football's brightest prospects. In 2013, he scored a wonder goal against Tottenham in the Europa League, and that very same year, he won the Under-20 World Cup with France. His stellar performances didn't go unnoticed, as in 2016, the footballing giant Barcelona signed him for 25 million euros. Praised for his pace, strength and defensive acumen, Umtiti was all you could want from a centre-back and looks set to be a part of Barcelona's defensive core for many years. In the 2017-18 season, Umtiti hit his peak, helping Barcelona conquer La Liga and lift the Copa del Rey. This saw him be rewarded with a lucrative 5-year contract extension, but amidst the triumph, Umtiti's knee troubles began to resurface and he missed the final few games of the season through injury. These troubles tie back to the meniscus removal from 8 years ago, and will result in the biggest dilemma of his career so far. The World Cup in Russia was just around the corner, and representing your country on football's biggest stage is the ultimate dream for many players, including Samuel Umtiti. But with these issues with his knee, many doctors recommended that Umtiti undergo surgery to avoid wearing down the cartilage. However, if he had surgery, he would miss the World Cup. Not willing to miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime, Umtiti decided to receive injections and compete in the World Cup, risking aggravating his knee injury and damaging his career as a result. And so, against medical advice, he arrived in Russia with his heart set on becoming a world champion. Despite the ongoing issues with his knee, Umtiti soldiered on and played the full 90 minutes in 6 out of 7 matches. In the semi-final against Belgium, he headed in their one and only goal to propel his nation to the final. And then in the final, France defeated Croatia 4-2. Seeing Umtiti's gamble pay off as he won the most prestigious trophy in football. However, achieving this came at a cost, as his career would never be the same again. In the season following the World Cup, Umtiti missed 37 games for Barcelona due to his persistent knee injury, and languished on the sidelines for many more months in the subsequent seasons. Knee injuries were inevitable ever since that meniscus removal, but had he chosen surgery in 2018, the impact of these likely wouldn't have been as severe. On the occasions where he was fit to play, Umtiti looked to shadow his former self and eventually fell out of favour at Barcelona. In a 2021 pre-season friendly, Barcelona's fans booed Umtiti throughout the match, feeling resentment towards him due to his high wages, whilst the club was going through financial struggles. At the end of the match, Umtiti's Barcelona teammates celebrated the Joan Gamper trophy, whilst he reportedly went to the locker room as soon as the game finished, skipping the trophy celebrations. With him proceeding to play just one game for Barcelona in the upcoming season, and his market value hitting an all-time low, Umtiti joined the Italian side Lecce on loan. He ended up impressing in the Serie A, although when he returned to Barcelona, he had his contract terminated and has since joined the French side Lille, where he's been given the occasional 90 minutes. Nevertheless, Umtiti has no regrets about his decision, telling Canal Plus, "I risked my knee to win the World Cup with France. I don't regret the decision. In life you have to make decisions, and I don't regret the choice." Seeing as he won the World Cup, you can understand Umtiti not having any regrets, but people always wonder what could have been if he had the surgery in 2018.